Hey everybody, Movie Fan Z here. So, the movie I'm going to be reviewing for you today is 1995's Vampire in Brooklyn. Little backstory. This movie has been on my watch list for at least 2 years now, and I was just never able to find it to watch it. And magically, it appeared on Hulu about a week ago, so I was able to set up a time to watch it. But let's get into the movie. So, this movie revolves around a vampire from the Caribbean who arrives in Brooklyn to find what is it called? A Dhampir, which is an offspring of a vampire and a human, in order to continue his lineage. So, we'll get into the director and the producer because it's kind of interesting. But let's start off with the cast. You have Eddie Murphy, who plays Maximilian. Angela Bassett plays Rita. And then you also have Alan Payne, who plays Detective Justice, who's the opposing force for Maximilian. And then the ghoul, or the right-hand man of Maximilian, Julius Jones, is played by Kadeem Hardison. So here's where it gets interesting. The director of this movie is Wes Craven. Wes Craven is known for such horror movies as the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise and the Scream franchise. Two very iconic. And then he does this movie. To me, this is kind of like when John Carpenter, who is famous for The Thing and Halloween, did the B comedy Big Trouble in Little China. Sorry, it took me a second to remember. With Big Trouble in Little China with Kurt Russell. That's so unlike what he is known for. But sometimes it's good to do something different. The other interesting thing is that the story is written by, and the movie is produced by Eddie Murphy. And this was actually the first time that he ever played a villain. Before I get into ratings, though, there was one interesting fact that I found out. Eddie Murphy only agreed to do this movie because Paramount agreed to give him the rights to make The Nutty Professor. So that was a little trade-off. This movie, not rated very well. We'll go from worst to best. It has a 12% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 27 on Metacritic, and a 4.6 on IMDb. But the main thing is, what did I think of the movie? So, let's start with the cons, and there are more cons than pros. The biggest con, and I'm just going to get this out of the way first, the script and the story. It's not good. It's... With a movie premise like this, you would expect it maybe to be more, I don't know, inclusive? Maybe that's the wrong word, but it wasn't great dialogue. It wasn't a very well put together story. It was very lackluster. Along with that, this is supposed to be a comedy, and very few laughs, if any, I got from it. As well as, I'm just trying to remember. Yes. So, skipping ahead a little bit, I liked the premise of the movie, the plot of the movie. kind of like with this story and script, the execution just wasn't there. It didn't seem like the cast put their full effort into it, even though that is my other pro. I liked the four main people in the cast. I just don't know if they put their full effort into it because it just wasn't a good movie. So, but overall, I'm still going to give this a 2. That's being generous because I am disappointed, but I was expecting more, but it wasn't a total crap movie. I've seen crap movies. So, again, this is my review for 1995's Vampire in Brooklyn. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the movie. This is Movie Fan Z signing off. Have a good night.